sunset. And Lucifer goes back and said, where did you get that from? God came down and said, look at that sunset. Do you know that berries carries stains and colors? You can use them to paint a portrait. And Lucifer said, but that's mine. And old Friday night came and Lucifer was looking up and la 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 and they just la 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 and somebody stepped on the side and said la 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 waiting for y'all la 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 then they la 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 la. Somebody was up in there, and now they dancing. And Lucifer said, wait a minute, that's mine. It's mine. So now everything that was his, somebody else has. So Lucifer says, I want to go and talk to God. I want to talk to the Lord and see what God has to say. But it dawned on him. His card had been confiscated. His card had been confiscated. His card has been taken away from him. He said he couldn't get in. He couldn't get into heaven. And he couldn't get an audience with God. So he sat back and figured this thing out. Somewhere between morning and eve, God comes down and talks to humans. Now I need to talk to him about some things, but he ain't talking to me. So he goes into the dark forest. And when he sits down in the dark forest, out comes all of the disembodied spirits. All these cats are mad at God because God took their body away from them. Is this good preaching? And they make an alliance with one another, a peace treaty with one another, that they're now are going to steal the souls of men in order to have an audience with God. And so, you're gifted playing. You're gifted. You're gifted. You got it. And the more you play, the more skillful you become. Now you're playing stuff that Satan never played. Now you've tapped into something that Satan never had. Because although he knew God, he was never in relationship with God. So he never got out of God everything God could give to him. So Satan start taking names and backgrounds, last names particularly, because he want to find out who's your great grandfather. Because if I go farther enough about, your great grandfather was connected to this disembodied spirit. And if I can touch him, I can tap into your generation and curse you from your generation. You're not hearing what I'm saying. So he starts to find out what we like. What we like. And he's working the show. He's putting this thing together. Because all he wants is an audience with God. He don't want you. He's only using you to get to God. And when he goes before God with you, he accuses you of being nothing and tells God, how dare you put this chump in my place? You're not hearing me this morning. How dare you put this chump in my place? Do you not realize, God? They play R&B. They play R&B. One day. Thank you. They play R&B. You mean tell me, God, you like R&B? God looked at Lucifer and said, I taught them how to play it. Lord, they playing suggestive love music, talking about between some sheets. God said, I gave it to them because I know that music sets the mood. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying. Now God is standing here and God is upset because he's answering Lucifer about stuff that he doesn't want to. Lucifer had no access to God had it not been for you. You opened yourself up. He came in, and now he's saying to God, how is it that you could use this person, call him anointed, and he has all these issues? And how is it that you could forgive him of what he does and never forgave me of what I did? See, it is all about Lucifer. It's all about him. That's why the 60s and the 70s and the first part of the 80s, all the music was sexually induced and laced with a drug culture, starting at Woodstock. Another one, Bites the Dust, talks about angel dust. Ride the White Horse or the White Pony talks about heroin and cocaine. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is not by mistake. This is serious business. Serious. It's not a mistake. Say to your neighbor, say, it's not a mistake. And so when we go and we bring stuff from the world into the church that Satan never stole from the church, but actually originated in secular humanism, and we bring it into the church, then we give Lucifer an audience with God.